Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast.
Thanks for coming back
thank you
on
for
a
coming
Tuesday.
back. Yes, this is the Tuesday. What's the date today? If Sunday is the 31st, Tuesday would be the 2nd. Today is the 2nd of February.
You're so good at calendar time.
Yes, I am. Welcome back to I Saw Your Tweet. Are you okay? We hope you guys...
The fact that people chose to... this isn't going to work.
No, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that the fact that people came back to listen for a second episode is a pretty big deal. So that just... I don't know. I'm excited about it.
It hasn't even happened yet. We could be talking to absolutely nobody right now.
There could be one or two people on here listening right now. So we just wanted to say thank you personally to those two people who listened last Tuesday and the two people who are listening today. It means so much to both of us.
And all those other people who aren't listening to right now, they'll never know what the secret message is.
What's the secret message, Jake? Say it.
Booty cheeks.
I don't know. That was something out of
pocket?
The 7th grade.
I know.
Yeah, that was out of pocket.
I know. I've been learning a lot from my little brother. He keeps going, sheesh.
Why are you saying your little brother as if he's so much younger than you, when in reality he's what, 2 years younger?
He's 2 years younger than me. Yeah.
Sometimes I miss having a sibling.
You have to see my dog right now. I'm sorry. Look at this.
Show me. Oh,
that's his tail. He's underneath.
Nobody can see, but I can see currently his dog Tucker's tucked underneath the sheets. He's tucked in. He's all tuckered out and tucked in.
Yeah, he keeps ripping holes in my sheets.
Oh, see, my cat doesn't do anything bad.
Yeah, nothing bad. Is she spayed / neutered yet?
No, Valentine's Day.
Wow. The day of love.
I know, how exciting. I know, what a day. It's the end of love for her.
What a great time to
get a hysterectomy.
Yeah, seriously.
I was looking at this one page.
It's a big day for her.
Yes, for anyone who doesn't know what a hysterectomy is, it's when they basically remove all female organs.
They remove your history.
From you. Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's like when you go into your Google Chrome and you wipe your history search clean, that is a hysterectomy. But I had my mom had a question or something, and so I Googled it, and there's this whole blog called Hister Sisters. And I don't know, I just felt like that was cute. Yeah. And then I have ovarian cysts sometimes. You don't know what that is, do you, Jake?
No, I do. You've told me a lot about your ovarian cysts.
Oh, good. So
I've gotten up close and personal. With
my ovaries. My boyfriend came up with this, but he said whenever I complain about my ovaries hurting, he always goes, "Hi sisters," CY.
That's funny.
Anyway,
I like that.
I know. He's good at puns.
What a little James Charles reference. I was wondering how long it was going to take for us to mention James Charles on this podcast. Only second episode, and what?
This might be the last time as well.
Maybe.
Wait, what was that one thing that you want to edit me into doing? You want to take all the sound bites from our podcast and edit my voice into
Call Me Maybe, what they did with Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, no, I think that would be kind of fun.
I'm surprised nobody has ever done it. You get fan cams, right? They're do or whatever that song is. Do you know what the song I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the Timothy Chalamet dancing song?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song. I want to go back into the time of quarantine where it was that video of I didn't even care for Timothy Chalamet back then, but that song and that video clip of him, it makes me feel peaceful, kind of safe. I get edits on Instagram and stuff. I don't know if you would call them fan cams. Maybe they are called fan cams. Maybe I just don't know. I remember I got my very, very first fan page, someone it was quite literally Nicole Raffi fan page, and I think you text me and you're you made this, and I was I did not make. I'm with Adam right now. However, I would make myself a fan page. That's absolutely true.
Wait, no, but do they still post? Do you follow them?
I actually think most of them stopped posting, to be completely honest. Now it's more so people will have me as their profile picture, but they'll have they're I think they're called mass stands. They have I don't know what it's called, but it's where they have fandoms for multiple things, TV shows, a few different YouTubers and stuff like that. So they just do edits every single day of someone different. I think that's pretty cool. But it always trips me out when it's a photo of myself. I'm did I say this? I don't remember saying this. And then it's like, wait, that's not me. But
I don't think I've ever loved anyone enough or so much that I made a fan cam for them that I would. Maybe John Mayer, but I don't know. Probably not.
No, I had a fan page for FouseyTube when I was in middle school.
Yes.
But it was me. Like, it was very publicly that it was Nicole Raffi. Like, it was I didn't hide behind like a different username or like photo or anything. But I was a huge fan of him, and he's liked my tweets many times. He's followed me. I talked to him on the Chicago radio station. Yeah. I was a very big stan of him.
You and FouseyTube.
I know.
I don't even know who FouseyTube is.
Just take that as that's like he's in the same category as like Jake Paul and Logan Paul now. So if you did know about him, I would be concerned.
Oh my gosh.
Your tone reminds me right now of like when I would tell my mom's like friends or something when I was like a little kid, and I would be like, I got Barbies for Christmas, and then like the tone that
so cool.
Yeah, like the tone of the adults, they would be like, you did. Like that was I remember I got to a certain age where I was like, wait, I think when they use that tone and they're like completely like dead in the face.
Wait, they don't care.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like maybe like 6 or 7 years old when I finally came to the conclusion. I was like, I don't think that these people give a shit about me. And I think that's when like all my insecurities started at a young age. I know.
I had this.
Did it?
It to me. No, Nicole. That is really scary because I had the same like reaction, but it was back when I would like, this was the day where I was like, I need to be funny for my like in my life. Like actually funny is like when your parents stop laughing at your dumb jokes. Like when you're younger.
So when are you gonna start?
I hate you. I literally hate you. No, but like there was like a time where it was like my parent. I was like, wait, I don't think that they actually thought that was funny.
See, I didn't care to make like my family or like my mom laugh. It was more so like her friends or her clients or anything. But I don't know. I'm just like still hurt to it because I know some of those people to this day, and like they follow me on Instagram and stuff, like, you know, young adults that my mom would like work for and stuff. And the fact that you did me like many years ago, it sticks with me. And every single time I post any type of Instagram post, a video, anything, I'm so embarrassed because I'm like, what if I'm still not funny to you?
You know
like,
what? They're like looking at their phone and they're like, wow.
Like, if I saw them today, like, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, hi, Beth. Like,
Beth.
So good to see you again. And they're like, oh yeah, what are you up to, Nicole? I'm like, well, I just graduated college and now I do like, you know, content creation full time. And they go, you do? That would literally like eat me alive.
You would actually like quit. You'd just be like, not anymore.
I would post an Instagram story and I would be like, hey guys, it's a black screen. And I'm like, hey guys, after something really traumatic happening to me today, I think it would be best that I step away from the internet for a while.
I'm taking a break. A long one. Forever.
Indefinitely.
Yeah. Didn't Tyler Oakley take like a break, or is he done YouTube forever?
I don't know. I think one day I'm going to take a night to watch old YouTube videos of like my favorite people, like O2L, Tyler Oakley. Were you an O2L boy?
I was like, I used to watch like Joey Graceffa.
Yeah. Connor Franta. No.
Trevor. No. The reason I find out about O2L was because of Shane Dawson's old podcast.
Oh,
he
Troye Sivan?
No. Never watched.
Really?
I mean, like, I knew of Troye Sivan. I used to watch Grace Helbig all the time. I used to watch
Grace Helbig.
Wait, what was the channel she was on that was like the reason that she started YouTube, where she was like, Sexy Friday, Sexy Friday?
I don't remember, but I do remember that. But I remember where I was. It was like, you know, when they say like you remember where you were when 9/11 happened, you remember where you were when like Michael Jackson died and stuff.
Yeah.
We learned about this in one of my media studies classes. There's like a name for it, like where you remember these specific memories of where you were during these events, like where you were when Kobe Bryant died, like all these kinds of things. I remember where I was when I found out that Troye Sivan was gay, because I knew how much it would rock our friend Kaylee's world. Like how much it would really like shift her. And so my friend Kaylee, our friend Kaylee was deeply in love with Troye Sivan. And I remember finding that out. I was in Home Depot. My mom was getting paint mixed, and I'm at the paint mixing table, and I was like, oh no, I have to be the one to tell her. She can't find out on her own. Like, I need to support her. And I texted Kaylee and I'm like, Troye Sivan came out today. And it broke her. And Kaylee has not been the same since then, I'll tell you that. She got her heart broke so bad.
She did. Troye Sivan has some good music that I like to listen to. I've been listening to a song with Casey Musgraves, who makes me cry. Easy, and then his song with Ariana Grande, Dance to This. They're just like two songs that like have this slapping beat and then make me depressed.
I like his TikToks. I saw one on my For You page the other day, and he was like going to get STD tested or whatever. And while he was, you know, after he got done being tested, like the person was like, oh, do you want some condoms or whatever? And then Troy's like, yeah, might as well. And then the person's like, oh, I'll give you like extra large or whatever, you know, just in case. And Troy's like, well, I hope. And I guess like Troy was telling this person like all these personal things and everything. And then as soon as, you know, he was like leaving the clinic, the guy says, I just want to let you know I'm a huge fan of your music. and Troy was like, I told this guy so many personal things.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I got today, I got a package in the mail and I was so excited about it because I just didn't remember what it was. And I opened it and it was like this hand sanitizer company that sent me a bunch of hand sanitizer. And that was the deal, was a bunch of hand sanitizer. But I like opened it up in front of my mom. It just like, I don't know. And a whole like thing of condoms just like falls out of the thing. And I was like, this was not a part of the plan. Like this was just supposed to be hand sanitizer. I'm not using these anytime soon. So anyway, that just reminded me of that because
it did. That's like my new like way of responding to anything you say. You did.
It's so demeaning and like degrading to hear
I know.
From
it's
anyone.
So great. I love it.
I think we should make a TikTok about it. I feel like it would be.
Yeah, we should.
That's how you should talk to like Trump supporters or people who are being assholes.
They're like, they stormed the Capitol yesterday. And we're like, they did.
They did. No way.
No way. So crazy. That's how I reacted today when people were like, did you hear about GameStop? They're like, all the people invested. I'm like, they did. Oh my gosh.
My favorite is people who are trying to explain to me like what was going on with the whole GameStop situation. Like, I can't imagine right now being a woman in like an economics class right now because it must be hell. Like, she like
why?
Because she has to
first
listen
of all,
to all
it's hell
these.
to be a woman, Nicole.
Yeah, first of all, so all these finance bros are probably like sitting here in her econ class and they're like, okay, guys, if you don't know what happened, basically what happened with the stock market is that GameStop and I'm just like, I just wouldn't be able to do that. I took a I don't know what they're called anymore, a financial advising class.
Oh.
No, I did do that though last year. But
you.
Last year, thank you, it came back good. Not as in like
good.
It came back positive.
They're like, this is good.
Good. Yeah, it came back positive, as in positive, like a good thing.
Only one of them. Wait, isn't a pap smear for like STDs? What is it for?
No, it's for cervical cancer.
Oh.
And like to see if anything's like off inside of your pap.
And like do they actually what do they do? They like just like take a piece of paper, they like lick it. They like lick it and they're like
Yeah,
and they just they take like a scoop. Is it like wiping your butt?
Yeah. They basically take a
And if that's the case, I smear my pap every day.
Yeah, they do, and then that's how they test it. They tell you the results on the spot. They call it rapid pap smear testing. They do it on the spot.
It's like when you go to the bathroom and it was really rough and you don't want to look on the toilet, so you just wipe your butt and you're like, good, no blood.
Yeah. So that's what they do. And so that's how you get like instant results. That's why when like my gyno looked at me. She was like, "This is positive. This is really good."
That's great. That's awesome.
She did. Do you want to know? Nobody in this entire, like, not one single listener asked for this. I said in my YouTube video that we're going to talk about Gigi Hadid's vodka pasta like in every episode, and here we are talking about what a pap smear really is.
We're like debunking pap smears.
There's a reason why they need you to wait until you're 21 for a pap smear. It's because
You actually do?
Yeah. Well, they did mine a month before I turned 21, and they're like, a little something special for the birthday girl. We'll give you an extra special little birthday treat.
On the house. It's like when the waiters bring you out like the candle with like in like a little cake, and they start saying happy birthday.
Yeah. So the gynecologist is smearing my pap. and the gyno assistant.
And the rest of the nurses are like clapping behind me.
They come in a conga line, they like bust the door open. They have a candle. And they're like, "We hear it's someone's special 21st birthday next month." Happy pap. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nicole. That's funny.
Yeah. So that was a good time. And so then that's when they looked at me and they were like, "This is so good. This is positive." And yeah. But
you're clean.
No, what a pap smear actually is, Jake, in case you actually did want to know.
No, I really did, actually.
Okay, so they basically take, like, like long Q-tips.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
so it's like a COVID test for your cooch.
Yeah, except that the Q-tip part, like the soft cotton part, is replaced with like a mini toilet bowl cleaner.
Like a little, like, mascara brush.
Yeah, it's actually it's a spoolie on a long stick. It's like a
mascara. Like, this one's Maybelline.
They took the samplers from Sephora. They were like, we're kind of on a budget.
Yeah, they're like, we ran out of the mascara brushes, so we're just using one of those
spoolie.
No. What are the little sponges that come on like the end of your eyeshadow things?
Oh, nobody uses those, Jake.
I know. That's why anytime somebody got like a palette or something, they would be like, "Throw this away."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they like offered me the opportunity. They were like, "Okay, what kind of
the way that you talk about it is that they offered me the opportunity.
They're like, "What kind of brush would you like? We have fluffy, we have stiff, we have smaller ones." And they were like, "This one is by Too Faced, this one is by Tarte,
Oh my gosh, I was like, is this real? I was so confused. They were like, "We just want you to be comfortable."
Right.
Yeah.
And so I obviously went with Tarte. And
Obviously.
so they had the little spoolie, and what they do is they go up inside of you, and they open you
up inside of me?
but like with No, Mimi.
Oh, up inside of you. Okay.
Yes, and they open you up with these things. I forget what they're called, but it looks like a garlic crusher, except it opens you. It doesn't crush anything.
Oh my gosh,
and
that sounds horrible.
They take the spoolie, and then they do a quick like toilet bowl cleaning of the inside of your cervix.
Great.
Yeah, and it hurts.
And then they take the toilet stuff that like goes around like the upper
yeah,
rim
the
that like
blue
you turn
stuff.
upside down.
Yeah.
They're like, "Shh, all right."
Yes.
You are good to go.
Yeah, and so I had, you get cramps, and then it's kind of burning because it's toilet bowl cleaner and stuff up in there.
Yeah.
And so someone is definitely exiting off of this podcast.
I know,
right now.
no, like people are leaving
I did not
rapidly.
sign up for this.
Yeah. You know what?
Yes,
we're like 30 minutes in. I feel like we got their view.
Oh, good.
So like,
thank
yeah,
God.
it's fine. Yeah, I feel like this counts.
And then they test it to see if you have any cancer, and then if you do, then they're like, "That's not good. Like we need to do something about that."
Do something, yeah.
And then that's when you get what Clementine's getting, a hysterectomy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but I didn't have that, thankfully. So
Good.
I got to keep my organs. And,
wow.
Yeah. And
No
so now I think I
hysterectomy
have
today.
to do this. I think I have to do this like yearly for the rest of my life. So, yep.
That's sad. when you turn 50 or something, you had to get a colonoscopy. So will they do both for you just at the same time?
That's a good question. I have to ask.
I feel like you need a different doctor, but maybe there's like a joint. What's the colon doctor? Proctologist and gynecologist that you can go to.
Yeah. Are we taking our break?
Yeah, I was going to say, Nicole, this is actually the perfect time and perfect segue because Pap Smears is exactly what we wanted to end on for before our amazing commercial break coming up.
What if we don't have a commercial break?
I think we should just make up a commercial.
Okay, if we have a commercial break, then it would be here.
Yeah. Insert commercial break. Welcome back, everyone, from our little message from our little sponsor.
Wow.
Or not.
Did we get a sponsor?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. No. Nicole, how was your week?
My week? I don't remember
Did I ask you that at the beginning of this podcast already?
No? No,
no
one ever asked me how my week is. My week, I don't think it was that good. I had some communication.
Okay, cool. Okay. My week was nice.
That's good. That's great. Good.
I get it. Go ahead.
No. Not much to tell. I just had a bad week of like communication, and so I've just been running behind with everything that I have to do in my life. Also,
this. Well, actually, yes, this because we were supposed to record like an hour and a half before we actually started recording. Yeah.
My week. You know how my week's been, Jake? It's been okay.
No.
Okay. Oh. My week's been okay. I'm just very behind on a lot of things because I can't stick to my own schedule, but it's getting better. I am excited because my boyfriend and I were going to have a date night tonight through FaceTime. Basically, he picked out like a recipe that we're going to make together. So we're making gluten-free, vegan. I wish that I was kidding, but I'm being serious. Gluten-free, vegan.
Go ahead.
Cookie dough, truffle, dipped in chocolate. We're making that together.
You are?
We are. Yeah, we're doing that. So I'm very excited, and I think this weekend I'm just going to deep clean my room like I do every single weekend because I think that it'll make me feel like restarted and refreshed, but it truly never does. Yeah. I think the only thing that will ever make me feel restarted and refreshed is if I get rid of everything I own. And I've tried. I've tried so hard to get rid of everything I own because I think that'll make me feel better. Like I did a huge Depop sale. Like I sold so much of I literally said I was done selling all my clothes on Depop months ago. And then I just decided to do it again. And I sold.
Did you ever sell that like America gray like pullover?
Why would I? Why, you think it's ugly?
No reason.
Oh, why?
I just feel like
because we're not patriotic.
With the state of the world right now, I feel like the world. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, world. I'm so sorry, world, for bringing you into this. With the state of America right now.
I feel like the best thing for America right now is to not add more things to the landfill, and I really like how soft that sweatshirt is.
Wait, that's why you're going to sell it.
Well, I love it. It's so soft. Jake is referring to the sweatshirt that I thrifted, and I would wear it constantly. It was like...
And literally the day after the rat riots at
I wore it the day of the riots.
You literally were
accident.
You were like, oh, this has nothing to do with the riots at the Capitol.
Yeah, I'm not a patriotic person, but I have at least 3 or 4 sweatshirts that say America, USA on them. And I just really like them because they're really soft and very well made. And that's why I'm keeping them. I accidentally wore it the day that the riots were happening. I left my home before the riots ensued.
Yeah, she swears she has no idea. Or she had no idea about that whole thing.
If I was wearing that sweatshirt at college, Jake knew that something was wrong. He was like, oh my God, what did your roommate do today?
Is she okay? Yeah, exactly.
And so I had to get rid of one sweatshirt on my Depop because I wore it when I was very, very sick a few years ago. And that's all I wore because it was so warm and comfortable. And I couldn't wear it again because every single time I put it on, I associate it with being extremely sick. And so I had to sell it. And that kind of makes me sad because I really liked it. But I could not separate that feeling. That's how I associate things. If I had a bad day and my room, my bed was in a certain position in my room, I had to move it. And I want to move my room around because I've been learning about feng shui lately. I'm upset because I don't think that there's any other position to move my room in. But I need to listen. I need to listen to what, if it's going to make me feel better, if feng shui is going to cure all of my issues, then I think it's worth me moving my room around. What do you think? Should I move my room around tonight?
I saw something about feng shui a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a TikTok, and it was like, how do you do this room for feng shui?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was interesting.
Okay,
but I don't think I'd set up my room like that. You want to know how I set up rooms? Everything against a wall, so that I have room in the middle to do stuff. Like I was like, put your dresser halfway through the room. You've made a tiny hallway.
He talks really quietly like that too. You created a tiny hallway in your...
And I'm like, okay, but where do I lay on the ground?
Yeah, I do like the way that my room is now. This is the longest I haven't moved my room around. It's been a year now because I moved home and I painted my room over spring break because I had this strong feeling. And then we moved back home like 5 days later because of COVID.
You did? Wow.
Jake stayed at school though.
No, I was debating it because I was like, do I want to stay at school and not hang out with anybody and be alone? Or do I want to move home and not hang out with anybody and be annoyed by my parents?
So why did you choose the second option?
Because I felt like if I was alone, when you're alone, when lonely, bad thought happen in your head. Bad thoughts, sad bad thoughts. And I did not want to go through sad bad thoughts.
So now
so
you got...
like, I will move home. So now I have, well, like, I mean, I would have moved back by now anyway. But,
right.
But now I just have annoyed thoughts all the time.
Well, you would have had your roommate.
That's true. And his little boo thing.
Oh, yeah.
I miss them.
And they were med students. They could have probably, like, created the vaccine for you. Like, they were probably, like, whipping up a lot of things in that kitchen, so...
I'm actually glad that I left because I had so many acting things to do that I would not have wanted to do in, like,
and so many
scenes.
gigs.
No, it was, like, literally, like, in class, I'd have to do, like, full-out scenes, like, standing up and everything. And I'm glad I left because doing that in your dorm room... Well, actually, doing that at my house sucked even more because people were loud, but...
I'm so sad that we literally had the most beautiful apartments ever, and we were the first ones living there, and it was so amazing, and we could not, like, appreciate it for what it was, and...
Correct. I mean, I could.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Well, I couldn't appreciate it for as long as I wanted to, but that's okay. You know, like, you don't know what you got. It's like that song.
Till it's gone.
Yeah, they pay paradise and put up a parking lot. I love that song. I don't know, but it's Big Yellow Taxi. That's what it's called. I like that song a lot. What a beautiful message about the environment.
What should I make for dinner tonight?
Okay, anyway. What do you think you're going to make for dinner tonight? You just said that you're going on like a FaceTime date with Adam.
That's dessert. You think I'm going to eat truffles for dessert? Gluten-free, vegan?
No, I wasn't really paying attention to what you guys were going to be making. All I heard was gluten-free, dairy-free, and then I immediately thought, I'm going to say, you did after this. Yeah, that's when I stop. Anytime we're on FaceTime right now, but anytime like I smile, I start going like this. It's what I'm thinking of is saying, you did. Because I think that's going to be funny.
It's going to be a problem now with how much we say that. But.
No, it's going to be like our new, she's really good.
What did we have? We also had Nor. Yeah.
Nor.
Jake and I have gone through phases of what our little catchphrases are.
I know. It's like that one TikTok where they're like, are you a Libra? I love Libras! Yeah.
Yes,
funny.
I know what you're talking about. We're the two friends that we think that everyone wants to be friends with us and that we were like so cool and like we were so funny when in reality everyone hated us.
And meanwhile we are walking around going, or nor. Or nor. Nor.
And she's
and we're like
really
the most
good.
annoying people at the school.
Over and over and over
Literally,
again.
Yeah.
I like us, so I think that's all that matters.
I like me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway. Nicole, I think it's about time. Okay, hi everyone. So Nicole never asked me how my week was, so I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
It was rough. Yeah, I had a rough week, Nicole.
Yeah, he called
Wouldn't
me
you
several
agree?
times crying.
I actually crying? I never cried.
Yeah, I've never seen you cry.
I'm a strong person. Well, it's really just like the toxic masculinity aspect of.
I think I cried in front of you maybe once, and then you were like, "Why don't we do karaoke?" And then we did karaoke, and you were like,
I think I remember that. No, yes, because we had like the big TVs in our room.
Yes.
Yeah, we did do karaoke. Yeah, I was not crying, but it definitely was a rough week. I am going through what I like to call the second half of the Mean Girls movie.
"Explain, Jake. What does that mean?"
What does it mean? I don't know. Do you
Jake is
guys
sucking
care?
the poison out of his life.
Yeah, so like I'm basically like, I don't know. Has anybody else been in like a scenario where you surround yourself with toxic people and then you become like a toxic person because of it, and then you realize that you're being such a toxic person, so you have to like fix all the things that you did. Basically what Cady Heron did in Mean Girls. I actually texted Nicole and I was like, this was going to be our topic for the week.
If anybody thinks that Jake was like this horrible person who did this like massive, huge thing and like was like, you know, hurt all these people and was like, wow, what he did was really awful and traumatic, just know that it absolutely was. Like, what? I'm kidding.
I hate you. I hate
No, I'm
you.
kidding. I'm kidding.
And Jake has every right to feel just as bad as he did about it.
No. What I mean is, Jake, honestly, I know it's a very good thing that you're coming forth with this and you're becoming better and like, but it really was not like a huge, massive.
No, Nicole, because even when I hurt someone.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah.
And like, I just think it's important to take responsibility for hurting people, like Cady Heron did.
Yes.
When she hurt. Like who? Like Regina George. She hurt
Yes.
Regina George. So she goes and she apologizes. And she has that whole line where she's walking up to her front door and she's all like, when you're bitten by a snake, you have to suck the venom out.
You definitely watched
So
the
that's
scene
what I
on
was
YouTube
doing.
recently.
I actually, Nicole, I sent you the link to the scene. Did you not watch it?
No.
I sent you a link and I said, this is what I mean by Cady Heroning my life. It's like,
You texted it to me?
no, you have me blocked. I just show up on time to the little Google invite that I was that you emailed me. No, honestly though, Nicole is much more likely to respond to me via Twitter or email than text message. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes, but what I'm saying is that yes, you did hurt someone, but I just don't want anyone who's listening to think that Jake is this like terrible person who did something so awful or anything in the capacity that I almost called her Caddy, that Cady Heron did.
Yeah, I didn't I didn't like ruin anybody's life by making them fat.
He didn't kill someone, but
She didn't kill someone. Regina George is alive, and you know it. She just pushed her in front of the bus. At least
yes,
that's what everybody.
But
was
like,
saying.
I think what you did was like not something to. I'm happy that you're like okay with yourself afterwards.
It was like it was just like
a blip.
A bad thing that I did. Like,
yeah,
people do bad things, Nicole.
Yeah,
you do
I know.
bad things.
No,
like
not me.
The last 2 years of your YouTube career.
Everyone does bad things, but I don't. But
yeah,
yes.
no, Nicole's perfect. No, but like Nicole, you've never had an experience where like, I mean, we've talked about this. Nicole and I have basically already had this conversation. Everybody.
Yes, no. I have done things, and I was telling Jake that like, for some reason, every single year before high school, I would basically text all the people that I was not on good terms with, and I would. And surprisingly, it was more than like one person. And now when I think about like how many people, I would text the people who I would be on bad terms with. And I don't know, I would just like get back to being on good terms because I would want to start the school year on good terms. But like, I guess the difference between back then me and then current me is like I wanted to be on good terms with the people who I would have to see every single day on a daily basis, which is exactly like what you have to do now, like which is what you're doing. But like me now currently, like the people who I'm on bad terms with, I think they're for reasons now. Like I was explaining to Jake, like I don't feel the need to Cady Heron my life right now currently because the people who I'm not really on good terms with, I don't really like want in my life, and I don't feel like I wronged them. I feel like I was wronged by them. And so
yes.
I don't, and that's what I would do that in high school, whether I did something wrong to them or they did something wrong to me. I would just be like, let's just forget about it, or I apologize. Yeah, I either apologize or I say like, I forgive you or whatever the situation is. But now, particularly like where I am in my life, there's no one who I want to see on a daily basis, or I don't even see anyone on a daily basis, but like there's I don't personally want to do that right now in my life, but I'm sure at one point, like, I probably will have to do that. Like, I probably will do something wrong and hurt someone.
Well, yeah. I just think when you're in, like, close proximity to people.
Yes.
Like, and all the time, you know.
But I personally, I don't think I hurt someone recently. But hey, guys, if you listen to this podcast and you decide Nicole actually personally hurt me, make sure to write to us or leave it in the ratings and reviews. Be like, actually, Nicole, you do owe me an apology. And I'll be like, oh my God.
Well, Nicole, to be quite honest, though, you haven't seen anybody in like a year.
No. So I don't really
I know that's
have,
like hard to hear, but.
Well, yeah. So I understand, like, you're in a much more like social setting because you work. And
work at
so
a grocery store. Yeah.
Yes. So you have the responsibility of being on good terms with people right now, and also like have more social interaction than I do. So you have more opportunities.
Oh my gosh, I have like literally 100 times more social interaction than you. No, like
you do.
Like that is honest to God the truth.
You do.
I interact with so many people on a daily basis just because of the nature of my job.
You see hundreds of people a day, and I see 2. So
yeah. Well, I honestly, it's just like I think I got tired of like living my life like I'm on an episode of Big Brother. You know,
like what?
You know Big Brother?
Yeah, I know. I know it's like people live in a house and then
and it's like a social like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
so
and it's like it's a game. Like you want to like manipulate people so that you win in the end, right? So it's like, but like you want to manipulate them well enough that like they don't realize that they're being manipulated, so they vote for you at the end. Yeah. So like I think I just got tired, and I go through phases of this where like I dig myself into like a hole of things that I regret, right? Like I like actions that I do, and I'm like, dang, that was like bad. It just wasn't a good thing for me to do. And so I've dug myself into this hole, and now I have to Cady Heron my way out because I need to take responsibility for my actions, and like I need to, you know, however bad that they are, I need to be the one to fix it. Like I can't expect the people that I hurt to come to me and want to fix it. Like, and you know what? This specific situation ended up like opening up a can of worms into another part of,
that you didn't
like,
even
because
know
like
about.
there's so many parts to exactly that I didn't even know about, stuff like that. So it's like it's scary and it's difficult. Honestly, it's like you fear when you go into a scenario like this that it's going to open up a can of worms and you're going to end up worse than you had started, right? Like anytime you apologize to a friend, I don't know if you've ever been in this situation where like you apologize for like the part that you think that, or like the part that you think they only know like this much. Right?
Yes.
Because you're trying to like shield the rest of it. You know, you're like, I'm sorry for eating your chicken nuggets when you left the lunch table, but they didn't even know that you also like stole $3 out of their wallet, you know? But somebody had told them like a few weeks ago that you had done that.
Right.
And you're like, I'm sorry for the chicken nuggets or whatever. And then what? Like if you say I'm sorry for the chicken nuggets, then and you don't mention the $3 because you think that they don't know about it, you've dug yourself like another hole. So you just have to take responsibility for the whole thing.
So you initially went in only apologizing for the chicken nuggets, and then that person was
not even apologizing, just acknowledging like, hey, we are cool because you had wronged me, and now, or yeah, sure, we are cool. Okay, wait, no. So they stole the chicken nuggets from me, and I stole $3 from them. How about that? Okay, that's more of my scenario.
Fine. Yeah, they stole chicken nuggets from you, and you were just like, I know you stole chicken nuggets from me, but I'm not upset with you because
I'm not upset with you.
You were hungry, and like that's cool. I just want you to know that
somebody had told them that I stole $3 from them,
and they were like, yeah, like sorry for you know taking your chicken nuggets,
and they're like, I'm glad you're cool with me, but like I'm not cool with you because you like got revenge almost.
Exactly.
You know?
So you went, yes, and you weren't even gonna do it. So I'm happy that you even did what you did and did this situation because it almost didn't happen.
Because when you go into a scenario like this, you need to come with like the full honest truth, and because it makes you even worse of a person if you're trying to maneuver your way around it. That's what Cady Heron did, right?
Yeah.
Like Regina George was a horrible person to her the entire movie.
Right.
And then she comes back and she's like, and she actually took responsibility for like the whole burn book and everything, you know? And she's like what she didn't even do.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. My point is that everybody and I talked to you about this, everybody misses the point of Mean Girls.
Yeah, because everyone thinks that it's just about like being friends with the mean girl, and then like when in reality
and, like,
she
getting
like
revenge.
She hurt her old friends, she hurt her family, she hurt teachers, she hurt like so many people, and I've had situations like that.
Responsibility for it.
I've had more like literal like Cady Heron situations where I feel like I sometimes abandoned my true friends for mean girls because I just have a bad habit. At least I used to have a bad habit of befriending mean popular girls because I don't know. I don't know why I would always get I would attract them, or I attracted myself to them or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I used to have this bad habit of I would become friends with the one, and there's always drama with her little sidekick. Always, no matter what. And I've been in at least 3 or 4 situations where I have become friends with a popular mean girl, and then it always bites me in the ass, and then it bites me in the ass extra because she has like a posse behind her. And I thought it was over once I got into college, but I didn't realize that like my first friendship in college was exactly that. And so that didn't stop for me up until like a few years ago, and now I feel like I don't have that in my life anymore, and I've
you need to like cut that part out, you know what I mean? Like cut all of those. First of all, it's like toxic to you.
Yeah.
Or it's toxic like you're being toxic by even like being in that situation. Granted, like being friendly to people is not a bad thing, but like putting yourself, you're being toxic to yourself by like putting yourself in this situation, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So it like becomes, and I've been in many situations like that. I don't know. It's just so high school, and like I'm tired of like doing it.
It's easy to get sucked back in, though.
It really is. And so, you know what? I'm not like on this podcast to be like, I'm no longer doing this ever again in my entire life.
We're all going to do it.
We all like fall into like these traps, and you become the people that you hang out with.
Yes.
And so like, but it's so hard when
you don't have that much control over it.
Exactly, because I'm like a very social person, so I will literally talk to anybody who, you know, even I don't know. A lot of people come to me and they're like, "You're a cool person. Like like we like should like hang out. Not even hang out, but like even at work, it's like we should go do this together. Like at our job. I don't know, like stock the fridge, or I don't know,
right? Like
random tasks like we'll do together, and they just end up becoming like attached to you, right? And so it's hard to like separate yourself from people who are so like forthcoming with like friendship, and like they really want to be around you, even though you know that like they may not be the I don't know, may not
the
be
healthiest
like the most
for you.
Influence.
Yeah,
exactly. And like, how do you even go about saying like, I don't, honestly, there's nobody like this at work right now, but like I don't like think that this like I want to associate that much with you kind of thing, you know? I don't know. I think about that a lot because it happens in school too. It's like you just get like wrapped up into it and you don't even mean to, and then you end up like becoming and you know the person that you didn't want to be. Yeah, I don't know. So that's just something I've been thinking a lot about Mean Girls this week because of.
Are you gonna rewatch it?
No, I've seen it too many times.
Maybe I'll watch another movie with Timothy Chalamet.
Wait, what's that TikTok where he's like, only 2 honest men out here? Me and Timothy Chalamet.
Yes, I've seen. Well, honestly, every single time I read the name Timothy Chalamet, I think about the one TikTok that goes Timothy Chalamet. You know the one. You don't know? Oh,
I know the one that maybe sounds like what you're describing, where she goes, Shawn Mendes, I love it when you call me señorita.
It's exactly like that, but it's a Timothy Chalamet one. Like,
yeah, I think those are dubbed over, unfortunately.
Oh, well, yes, obviously, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please.
But yes, the only movies I've seen with him in are Call Me by Your Name, which I always got bad vibes about, and I told you why, and nobody wanted to listen to me, and everyone was like, why, Nicole? And I was like, I'm telling you, I get bad vibes
like,
from
Armie
this.
Hammer is a cannibal.
I felt it. I think I actually said those words.
You're crazy.
Yes. And I was like, no, I mean it. And now look.
That was back when we were gaslighting you, though.
Okay, all my friends gaslit me the first few weeks of college because my bedroom in my apartment was so damp. I went to bed every single night. My sheets were damp. My clothes were damp. Everything was damp. I would touch my desk, damp. And I would call in my friends and be like, I'm not crazy, right? My room is damp, right? And everyone would be like, no, Nicole, it's not damp at all.
No, okay, we would be like, Nicole, it's damp. But then like after, guys, come on. Like after like a few days of Nicole complaining about how her room was damp, it was just like you wanted to stop hearing caring about it. So like Nicole would be like, feel these sheets. Do these feel damp to you? And you just be like, no, Nicole, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's fine. Because, I don't know, it was just like fun.
What did you give me? Your fan? Like, I used his fan in my room to help me out.
Did?
Yes, I had that. To. I dried my...
She was like, I'm opening my window.
I dried my whole comforter in the dryer several times. And I thought I was going crazy. Because you know when sometimes a room is so cold it feels damp, except it was literally the middle of August and my room was wet. And so turns out it actually was damp. Something in my AC was broken and the AC man came.
Oh, it was?
Yes, I told you.
Wait, I thought you just had to turn the thing to auto. I literally spent that entire semester not turning my thing to high, or my fan, my AC to high or low, because I was so terrified of ending up like you. Yeah,
I'm very picky about the temperature that I'm in my room. I constantly am changing it several times throughout the day because I'm like uncomfortable. Well. And so
in the middle of the night, I wake up at 2 a.m. and I just be like, walk over to the little thing and I'd be like...
Exactly. And so the AC man came and he's like, yeah, that needs to be on auto. And then I switched it to auto and then everything in my room dried up. So that was a very terrifying time for me. But yes, so
what's
everyone...
What's the point of having the other buttons there if it will literally make your room damp?
Literally, there's 3 buttons. Auto, damp, and damp. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Damp hot or damp cold and auto.
Yeah, which one do you want? Yeah, exactly.
And so, yes, I saw Call Me By Your Name, I saw Beautiful Boy, and I saw Lady Bird. And... which
is like, he's barely in that Lady Bird. I did want to say, when you said the thing about your sheets were damp, your clothes were damp, it sounded like that TikTok
his arms were cut off.
Her eyes were cut off. Yeah.
It kind of sounds like your voice.
I know! I think I do a really, like... Her arms were cut off. Her legs were cut off. Her nose was cut off. Her eyes were gouged out. Yeah.
You do a really good job at it, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been practicing. I love that we consistently do not talk about Twitter.
What about Twitter?
On our podcast, I saw your tweet. Are you okay? We have literally never talked about a single tweet.
I literally said, what about Twitter?
Yeah, did you forget?
What about her?
Do we have to talk about Twitter here? I don't think that we do. I think we're fine without it. You know, if it comes up, it comes up. I think we need to talk about something.
What?
Olivia Rodrigo and...
What about her?
Sabrina Carpenter and Joshua Bassett. What happened?
I don't know. I don't watch Disney, nor did I ever watch High School Musical. I have bad memories to the premiere of High School Musical.
The musical, the series.
I think... is that a show that's active?
It's a series. It's called High School Musical, the series.
Is it active?
Active.
Like, is it still happening?
Yes.
They're still performing?
High School Musical, the musical,
so you're
the series?
telling me, yes. Like, it didn't end? So you're telling me that Miss Rodrigo...
Oh. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. It's probably going to be really awkward for the reunion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm asking, is the series still going on, or did the entire show?
I am telling you, I do not know, Nicole.
Well, then
I don't have
be prepared
Disney Plus
for the podcast. Don't come to the podcast if you don't have all the information that you need about Miss Rodrigo.
Oh my gosh.
Additionally,
oh my gosh.
I hope that they're okay. Like, I hope that they're fine and stuff. I just feel like it low-key feels planned. I am personally not a fan of either songs. I said it. I feel like it just sounds a little bit like Phoebe Bridgers a lot.
Is that an issue for you?
No, I like Phoebe Bridgers, but it just sounds...
Oh, wait, are you a Farb?
I'm personally not that big of a... I can't say I'm a Farbs when I only really like one song of hers.
You need to listen... What song? Motion Sickness. Motion Sickness is a good song.
Yeah, it's a great song. And I love that song because she wrote it about her, like, shitty ex-boyfriend. And I didn't like him to begin with. And I actually knew who he was because he was actually the drug dealer to some members of the Strokes. And then when... Yeah, I told you about this. And then when Julian Casablancas...
Farbs?
No, not Farbs. Farbs X.
Farbs X?
Yeah, the guy who she wrote the song about.
Wait, you are literally screaming.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I'm just getting really heated.
You screamed so loud just now that the audio of your in my earbuds like faded.
I did not mean to. I'm just really passionate about this whole situation. Honestly, what is his name? I forget what his name is. The guy who she wrote Motion Sickness about, he has vertigo, like a very intense case of vertigo. That's why she called the song Motion Sickness, and why he had to go. He has like problems with like the fluid in his ears, and so he's always dizzy. And so she wrote that song about him, and he was like a shitty, abusive guy, but he was like a shitty and abusive person in real life too. Like, not when I say real life, I mean like outside of the relationship as well. And he was like the drug dealer to some members of the Strokes who got them addicted to drugs. And then Julian Casablancas, the lead singer of the Strokes, was like, hey, don't you ever give my bandmates drugs ever again or get them addicted to drugs, or I will fuck you up. And so then this man, Farb's ex, went onto Twitter and wrote, what are you going to do to me, Julian? Huh? Sit on me? Because Julian gained a few pounds.
He did.
Yes, so not only should you not like that guy for giving some members of the Strokes
I never
drugs,
even knew that he existed. I don't.
Fake Farb.
You're a fake Farb. You don't even know Funeral. That song actually makes me cry. Like not many songs make me cry.
I don't claim to be a Farb, but you're the one whenever time that we play Among Us, you make your name Farbs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, I am Farb on Among Us.
Yeah.
I'm Farbs actually with a Z.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a Barb.
And a Farb.
I'm a Barb Farb. I'm a Farby Barbie. Anyway, Nicole, I'm probably gonna cut all of that out.
No, that was
because you told the absolute longest story of all time.
No, I didn't. I made it fast.
Was that the story you were telling me that one night when you called and I was like literally laying in bed and I tweeted that photo? That was a good photo. Or that was a good tweet. Where I went, can you tell she's telling me a 1,000 day story?
No, I was telling you family drama I had.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That and it was like really sad, and I was being such a horrible person.
That you were being a horrible person?
I was being a horrible person.
So you admit it?
Took a picture and tweeted in the middle of your.
Literally, I'm like upset about something, and Jake posted on Twitter, and he was like, "Can you tell that she's like telling a never-ending story?"
Wait, we're not gonna talk. I'm definitely gonna cut this out. But when you told me that your mother had cancer, and you literally were like, "Hey Jake, I have something to tell you," over text message, and I responded with like some random like TikTok sound like that they used to do when it was like, last night you were like, I have something to tell you, and I went, last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you. You said you had to get your laundry clean.
Can you keep
and then you
this in?
And then you literally went, my mom has cancer, and I was like, I literally went,
please keep this in.
I literally thought that was going to be like, that's what you were doing.
No,
it was all the rage.
Please keep this in the podcast.
Okay, well.
That is so funny.
That is one of the saddest moments of my entire life. And I literally turned to my little brother. That's how you know I was really in a crisis. I go, what do I even say now?
This is literally...
First of all, why would you tell me over text message? You should have called me.
I was like crying all the time. I didn't want to talk to anyone during that period of time.
Okay,
like I basically like did not talk to anyone because it was like so difficult for me. But yes, Jake is notorious for whenever I have anything serious to tell him, he's like making a joke out of it.
It's because all of our text messages are stupid, Nicole. Yeah, so this is why you need to call me.
I told him my mom has cancer, makes a joke prior to that, and I'm like, no, guys, it's like actually serious. Like she has cancer, and then I had something like really serious to tell him like the other week, like we were having a family emergency, and Jake is like, the story's taking forever. I'm like, I didn't tell you what. I'm like, something serious happened, and you were like, not. You made a whole ass tweet. Anyway, it's fine.
I literally did, yeah.
I'm not hurt at all. I'm not offended.
I know. I think that you think that stuff like that is funny.
No, I do.
Even when you're in crisis, it like brings you some joy.
Oh,
I'm like, it's actually, it's like my responsibility, like as like a guardian angel figure.
You're like a little jester.
No, like literally, it's like you'd like to laugh.
I do.
So I'm like da 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 da.
Before we leave, we should read one review.
Before we leave? Oh my gosh.
We're wrapping up, Jake.
Is this the end?
I think so.
Nicole.
You guys should definitely leave a rating and review. Definitely rate it 5 stars. What else would you rate it? Duh. And we will start reading a review every single week on the podcast. So go do that. You can do that in the Apple Podcast app.
That's actually...
Yeah, that's it.
Anchor? Does Anchor do a rating?
Nope.
So yeah, give us a rating. Give us a rating.
Good input, Jake.
Well, like on sexiness.
Yeah.
And then go on to Apple Podcast and
Make sure to also check out all of the links. I added a flow page, I think it's called, with all of our links to make it a little bit easier. You can follow us on all of our social media. We have an Instagram page called Talk Nasty Podcast, where I'm going to be posting updates weekly about the pod. Sometimes I'll ask you questions, or sometimes, like this week, I'm going to post a little video of us doing karaoke after I was done crying. It's a good time on the Instagram. I like it over there. It feels like a safe space. We need to end this. You have like 3 hours of footage that you need to edit through.
No, it's just an hour and a half. This is less than our first podcast.
It's an hour and a half?
Of footage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, it feels like forever.
That's because you tell really long stories.
It wasn't that long.
It was a pretty long story. Anyway.
Thanks for listening.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Happy Pappy Birthday. Okay, cool.